And we've been watching there as Karen Reed's final defense witness is challenging the prosecution's crash analysis, saying John O'Keefe's injuries don't line up with the prosecution's allegations. Crash reconstruction expert Andrew Rentschler says the state's expert eyeballed evidence, didn't take measurements, and failed to explain how the taillight would have shattered. He says John O'Keefe's arm injuries are not consistent with a taillight strike and that his skull fractures couldn't have been caused by Karen Reed's SUV. Let's bring in ABC News investigative reporter Olivia Rubin and Jo-Anna Nieves for more, our legal analyst. Olivia, Rentschler's not just saying his tests show different results. It sounds like he's saying the prosecution's expert messed up.
Yeah, remember, we saw a lot from the prosecution's team, which was aperture. And remember, they put the paint on the arm and said it lined up perfectly with the car. And now the defense's expert is saying that was really all just guesswork. There was no math behind it, no science behind it. And now what the defense's expert is doing is going through and kind of going through the injuries on his own. And not only is he saying that the injuries don't line up with what John O'Keefe had, but he's talking about what injuries John O'Keefe didn't have, what they didn't see on John O'Keefe that they would expect to if the car crash had gone on the way that prosecutors say that it had. He's talking about John O'Keefe's hand, saying if his hand were hit while holding a glass, he would surely have cuts on his knuckles. He would be have dislocations in his hand. He testified that they did the tests on a hand and said it only takes about 390 pounds of force to dislocate a human hand, and that Karen Reed's SUV would have been going at least about 900 pounds of force. So how could there be no fracture on John O'Keefe's hand if he really was hit by that car? They say his shoulder would have been dislocated, that they counted at least 30 abrasions on his arm, which wouldn't have been caused by one single hit. So really, they're going through line by line and saying what the injuries are don't line up, and there's injuries not there that should be there if this all went down the way that prosecutors say that it did.
Jo-Anna, what happens when you have a scenario like this, where you have two different experts saying two different things about something this critical?
It's the clash of the experts, and the jury is going to start asking the question, who do I trust? And they're going to trust the person that came across clear, confident. And when there's conflicts in the testimony, then of course that's going to raise the reasonable doubt in their mind. So right now what we have is somebody saying that these injuries, there should have been some injuries that aren't there if we're going to believe this theory. And unfortunately, it's inconsistent. And I think they're going to lean towards this expert.
All right, Jo-Anna, Olivia, thank you both.